welcome to day 19 of Vlogmas. It is December 16th. I'm wearing this adorable black leather jacket. I'm feeling it, feeling so good with my new Celine bag, which is sitting proudly by the front door so I can take it out on the town today. I just finished a coaching call and I'm really excited because I ordered a fried chicken sandwich from Friedman's. Apparently it's gluten-free. Like Friedman's has a lot of gluten-free stuff, but I have not had fried chicken since before I went gluten-free. I did the Peloton this morning. Really proud of myself. I did a 15-minute low impact ride. My Oura Ring said, so I have this thing that I wear, it's called an Oura Ring. I'll link it below. It's my I've worn it nonstop for almost 2 years now. It tracks like my sleep and my readiness, and it said my readiness wasn't good today and that I should do some more relaxation. So I really wanted to get in a ride to stay active and stay on top of it. So I just did an easy ride. It was just enough to make me feel really good. I just looked up and it was 1:11. Today is just gonna be a busy work day. I have 2 more coaching calls today. And tonight I'm going to see Alyssa, one of my dear friends. We're gonna do like our little Christmas dinner together. She rented out, I guess you could call it like an igloo, which we've wanted to do forever. It's like a hut, I don't know, it's in Seaport. She sent me this picture. So a little outdoor hut, which will be really good. I got pancakes. This isn't right. This is so funny because it says pancakes here, but then it says fried chicken sandwich here. That's sad. The other sad part is that these smell so good. I haven't had like gluten-filled buttermilk pancakes in front of my nose in a long time. Okay, let's try this again. Yes. Holy cow, this looks amazing. This looks unreal. Huh. Hey guys, for today's Vlogmas, I thought it would be fun to talk about the books that have changed my viewpoint, radically changed my mindset, changed my view on life. I've read so many books, so the ones that I'm gonna recommend here, they're really entertaining, like they're good reads. I hate it when people are like, this book is so good, but it's really dense and hard to get through. I'm like, that doesn't sound appealing to read at all. So while you're reading them, you feel super empowered. It's like a lightning strike or jolt of energy, inspiration, power, and honestly, these books have made me who I am. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first of which, I just have to mention this one, even though I've mentioned it a lot on Vlogmas. I just had this book as the book club book for Dream Away for December. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's an easy, really short read. Apparently there are free copies online, or this bad boy was $4 on Amazon. And then it's also on Audible, and it's like less than an hour and a half to actually listen to. I honestly don't like the book Think and Grow Rich. I had a really hard time getting into that one. And I'd say that this one has a similar message around how to use the power of your mind and of the spoken word. I'm gonna link a video up here that I did a long time ago, over a year ago, on my favorite manifesting books. And that one I talk about the power of your subconscious mind, which is one of my favorites of all time. I honestly think this one is even better. This one really woke me up very quickly to the power of your mind and directing your life through your thoughts, with some incredible stories about people who have implemented this. There's a story in here that's actually part of the reason that I decided to get the Celine bag yesterday. It was talking about this man who had barely any money left. I think he had like $500 left to his name, and he was trying to find a job and he couldn't find one. So he went into a department store and found this fur coat, or this really nice jacket. I don't know if it was fur. The store owner said, well, I'll give it to you for 50% off, so it's $500 instead of $1,000. And the man told his wife, I'm gonna buy that coat, and because I buy it, it's going to make me rich, it's gonna make me money. And the next week he made like over $40,000. And to put this into perspective, this book came out in 1917, I believe. A long time ago. This is like tried and true, empowering knowledge about the subconscious. Must get. Next book, Dying to Be Me by Anita Morgani. I have read this book so many times, I've referenced it nonstop. It is a true book. I guess by that I mean it's biographical. She wrote it about her own life, her own experience. This really happened. It's about this woman, Anita Morgani, the author, who got cancer and actually died and then came back to life. And when she came back to life, she was able to detail exactly what happened, like what was going on in the hospital room when she did die, everything she became aware of. And then also when she made the choice to come back and realize that like the entire point of life is love, her body completely healed itself. Like all of the tumors disappeared in the scans. It was like a medical miracle. And so this book goes into all the details of it, and it really just reaffirms my faith in life after death and the meaning of life. It's so good. She is so inspiring and empowering, and she also gave a TED Talk, I believe. These books are gonna go together. I talked about them in my last video on books. E Squared and E Cubed by Pam Grout. I would say this is like the best beginning book for someone who's brand new to manifestation. I dropped it, I got too excited. 9 do-it-yourself energy experiments that prove that your thoughts create your reality. It's a really fun read. I like to do it just to, again, like spruce up my faith and have some fun with it, especially for like asking for signs. I always tell the story of how there's one exercise in here where you're supposed to ask for like a number of things, like the universe to show you a few things. And one of which was, in one set, a song from high school. And I remember I read that and I thought, ooh, I bet like I'll be in the supermarket or something and I'll hear a song that I liked in high school, whatever. Well, a few days later, Ankita texted me and said, oh my gosh, do you remember this song by Hoodie Allen? And I had been to a Hoodie Allen concert when I was a junior in high school. I loved Hoodie Allen. I never listened to him anymore. And I started to play the song and it just like really took me back. Like it was a song I had not thought about or listened to probably since high school. And then it hit me that that was the song from high school. Like what were the chances that she sent it to me? Like it showed up in a completely different way than I even thought. And then E Cubed just expands further. It talks more about different principles. It says 9 more energy experiments that prove manifesting magic and miracles is your full-time gig. Really makes me feel tuned in, tapped in, locked into the universe, as Abraham Hicks would say. Then I talk about this book all the time. It is the best book I've ever read about money. I swear every single time I read this book, something happens on the abundance front in my life. It's definitely because of what's in the book, but also as you're reading, in between every paragraph, it says, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. And I think just skimming over that, but getting that imprinted in my subconscious is like a way of an affirmation or of some type of hypnosis. So I recommend this book wholeheartedly. It's called A Happy Pocket Full of Money, Infinite Wealth and Abundance in the Here and Now. It's by David Cameron Gikandi. I've underlined so much of this book. I want to see if there's like a little passage I should read just to really pique some interest. This one's good. Take advantage of the opportunity most available to you now, and it will open up previously hidden paths to more opportunities. By the law of cause and effect, you're taking advantage of the opportunity closest to you will cause the unfolding of many more opportunities previously unavailable to you. So just keep taking the next step, the next step, the next step. So good. Then I read this book almost a year ago. It was back when I was doing Dry January. Like I just remember I was feeling so empowered last January. And it is Spirit Hacking by Shaman Durek. This one really changed my mindset around just how connected we all are. It really helped me see manifesting for the sake of the well-being of the planet. So he's a shaman, obviously, Shaman Durek. And so he talks about the process of becoming a shaman. Shamanism, shaman training in the early years is one passage. I honestly need to reread this because I don't remember a lot of it. But I do know that when I was looking through all of the books that I have in my bookshelf over here, I saw this one and I was like, yes, I have to recommend that one because I truly loved it so, so much. I will read a passage because I think that's fun to see what I've underlined. I'm one of those people that just like completely marks up her books. I write notes in the margins, I underline, I dog ear things that I want to come back to. This is good. When we react and we allow our emotions to overtake us, we generate an output expression that matches the exact same frequency band as the input stimulus that upset us to begin with. That is so good. It's really quite ridiculous because all it does is perpetuate the emotions that are causing our suffering in the first place while spreading discordant vibrations into the world, bumming other people out, and shaping our realities in kind. Then let's talk about Abraham Hicks. I love these 2 books by Abraham Hicks the most. Ask It Is Given was like their first book, their iconic book. I didn't really like that one that much. I don't know if it's because I read it sort of last, and so a lot of it was like beginner concepts to me, but I've heard people say, oh, I started reading Ask It Is Given and I didn't like it, and I just don't know if it's as good of a book as these others. The Astonishing Power of Emotions, one of my favorite books of all time. I talk about it constantly. Like every single page has writing on it because I've read it so much, and it's honestly the book that helped me the most with really getting into a flow on a minute-to-minute basis every single day of leaning towards the best feeling thought for me. As you look around, you will see a never-ending number of things over which you have no control. But if you will learn to turn your own thoughts in the direction of your own personal vibrational harmony, you will achieve a personal alignment within yourself. And not only will you feel better in that alignment, but in that alignment, you'll be offering a single powerful vibrational signal to which the law of attraction is responding. And no matter what the intentions of others are, even if their intentions are about you, they will not be able to override the powerful current of alignment that you have achieved. In other words, you can't let other people upset you. They won't be able to upset you. We like to say that when you are tuned in, tapped in, and turned on a source energy, that's what I said, that is truly who you are. And when that is your state of being, only that which you consider to be good can be your experience. Simply tune those with negative intentions out of your experience. So good. Then the Vortex, this is like definitely one of their advanced ones. It's about where the law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. I was actually reading this last Vlogmas, like exactly a year ago for the first time. And Anita and I like bookshopped it. Bookshopped, what? I guess I meant workshopped and book clubbed it at the same time. We read it together and like literally took turns reading it out loud and then trying to understand what it was saying, because this is like a Bible. Seriously, it is so good. Another book that I have just nonstop notes in the margins of, but it talks about all these different relationship examples, and a lot of the examples like don't pertain to you. Like it'll be about, you know, obviously I don't have a child. It'll be about like what to do if your child is acting out. I'm like, okay, obviously wouldn't have anything to do with me, but still just like using those as examples and guideposts for the discussion of relationships. It teaches you so much. It's so powerful. Let me read just like a little sentence that I underlined. There is no relationship of greater importance to achieve than the relationship between you and your physical body right here and now, and the soul/source/God from which you have come. If you tend to that relationship first and foremost, you will then and only then have the stable footing to proceed into other relationships. Your relationship with your own body, your relationship with money, your relationship with your parents, children, grandchildren, the people you work with, your government, your world, will all fall swiftly and easily into alignment once you tend to this fundamental primary relationship first. They're referencing the relationship between you as a human and higher self you, like your soul. So good! Okay, these next two books are not really spiritual per se. They definitely have aspects of it, but it's more of like mindset books. So the 5 a.m. Club, obviously I started the 5 a.m. Club this summer. It's more turned into the 6 a.m. Club or the 7 a.m. Club lately, but I still really enjoyed the book. It's by Robin Sharma, and I will say that when I started reading the book, I despised it. I literally hated it. It felt very stilted, very fake, very forced to me. Obviously, it's like a fictional book. The principles in it are phenomenal, but Robin Sharma was clearly like working with fictional characters to exhibit the power of the 5 a.m. Club. However, when you get towards the end of the book, especially if you can just like bear with the first few chapters, I'm sorry to say that, I know that sucks to hear and does not make the book enticing at all. When you get towards the end and just like these principles of the 5 a.m. Club and of greatness, it will just give you the biggest surge of motivation ever, 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 ever. And I don't think you need to use that motivation to do the 5 a.m. Club. It's more so about like how to live and how to aspire to greater levels of great. Then Big Money Energy by Ryan Serhant will be my last book that I'll mention. I loved this book for the sake of confidence. So Big Money Energy, as he discusses, is really just about like showing up as your most confident self. And I read this book in like 2 sittings, and I actually made one of my most viral videos of all time right after reading half of it, because I decided when I showed up on camera like to film this TikTok to be my most confident self, to show up with Big Money Energy. And I just showed up so differently. Like, I mean, even right now I'm kind of sitting in slouch. Like I sat in front of the camera and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say it. It was like a cool, it's like a TikTok I think about dreams. It was a really good one. And I just showed up in a different way than I have ever showed up, and it was all because of this book. And so that's what I really think that books should do. They should make you view yourself, the world, differently and cause a radical change in behavior or feeling. So that's what all of these books have done for me. Let me know if you have read any of them or which ones you order. I will obviously link them all below for easy Amazon cart adding. Okay guys, I have one more coaching call and then I'm gonna head to meet Alyssa for dinner. Okay, I'm heading out the door. It's my first time taking the Celine bag out on the town, and it is 61 degrees outside right now. I just checked the weather, so I'm just gonna keep on my leather jacket and not actually do a coat. Is it summer? What is happening? Also, this is gonna crack you guys up. I have wrapping paper, but I don't have tape, and I'm going to see Alyssa, and so I'm bringing her gift in this Amazon box. You know what? It's the thought that counts. Literally, she could figure out what it was if she stuck her finger down. Please compare to how perfectly Alyssa wrapped my gift. Are you kidding me? And this also looks so beautiful.